It turns out that millennials also don't like millennials. And if you read the press, of course, you'll see that they get a lot of criticism from a lot of different people. Now, the most interesting part about this is that the majority of millennials, or I shouldn't say majority, a huge chunk of millennials don't even identify as millennials. So if you look at the ages, 18 to 34 means that you are in the millennial generation. But only 40% of people in that age group identify as millennials. 33% identify as Gen X. Now, I think part of the reason why that happens is because a lot of people don't really know which age group is considered millennial. Now, what do they not like about millennials? Let's take a look at the next graph. All right, millennials most likely to attribute negative traits to their generation, right? 59% of millennials say that millennials are self-absorbed. 49% believe that they're wasteful. 43% believe they're greedy. 31% cynical. 39% idealistic. Okay, so I don't think idealistic is a bad quality, right? But it's amazing to see just how much millennials criticize themselves. What do you guys think about this, Amir? Make your point.
It's a typical millennial study made by millennials. It's kind of funny. Like, we are very critical of ourselves, but that's just like a symptom of all the information that we have at our disposal, and we just want to be better. That's the way I see it, at least.
Jayar, what do you think? Make your point.
You may be cynical, but they're also very self-congratulatory.
Which is ironic.
It's like everything good you want to take and everything bad you want to take in. But the reason you take in the bad things is to say how good you are at handling the bad things that no one else has ever had to handle before. It's acting like you're this new breed of human being. Like, you know what we had to do? I had to take 2 jobs.
Okay, all right. You know what?
Because
I'm gonna go ahead
you guys
and defend
never had to
millennials.
take. And I'm actually I didn't know the age range for millennials, but I'm very glad I'm 1 year out of it officially because it's.
So you are a Gen X.
Yeah, barely. I'm 35, so I'm barely in it.
Interesting.
So like, and I must be the grumpiest Gen X because I feel like must have been born in 1922 because it's so annoying to listen. Anyone, the term millennial bothers me. It's how annoyed it is. I'm annoyed by it. And again, as you said, it's not everyone. But it's just so much like, woe is me, but aren't I awesome? No and no.
All right, so look, I think in every generation there are the self-absorbed, cynical, self-congratulatory individuals. But with new media, okay, and social media, it makes things a lot more transparent. And who takes advantage of social media more than any other generation? Millennials. And so they seem self-absorbed because they share the most about themselves online. But if this technology was available to previous generations, I guarantee that they would do the same thing. And also, you know what? Millennials should be self-congratulatory because right now we're fucking with something called the gig economy, which is bullshit, where you can't find a full-time job with benefits, so you have to freelance and find a bunch of jobs here and there and try to make ends meet. And then on top of that, you got to deal with student loan debt. You got to deal with all these stupid wars that presidents started under our watch. So all of these things make it really difficult for millennials, and if they want to be self-congratulatory because they're coping with it, then big ups to you. I totally feel you on that.
But it's not new is all I'm saying. It's the term gig economy is a new term, but it's not a new concept is all I mean. Like,
it's not a new concept, but no other generation has had to deal with it as much as millennials have had to deal with it.
To take a job that doesn't have benefits, I had my benefits in the job right before this one. Barely, and it's fucking Radio Shack, which was a pain in my ass. Again, like I complained about it.
But you eventually found a career that gave you a full-time job and also benefits, right? A lot of millennials can't even look forward to that in the future.
5 years into me having a job, I finally got my benefits.
I think all the shit that we've had to go through as millennials, like at this age, it's gonna lead us, like the vast majority of us, later in life to be more conservative.
You're probably
just
right
based off
about
our
that.
own experiences. Like that's what happened to baby boomers, for instance. Like during that time when they were our age, it was like the hippies, the sexual revolution, all this great shit was happening. But then like Vietnam came and all this terrible economic stuff happened, and then they all went conservative after that. So
yeah, I mean, I hope I don't become conservative, but I like the historical references. Very good. All right, so here's the question: which of the negative millennial qualities are you guilty of?
Definitely the top two: wastefulness and being self-absorbed. Like absolutely, come on, there's no doubt about it. Yeah.
What about you, Jayar?
I may need to see all of them that is on the list.
Yeah.
Because again, like I said, I think it's a lot of. If there's something that says maybe complains.
What about cynical? I think you're cynical. Is that fair?
But it's cynical. Yeah, the cynical. I feel like I am. I'll agree. But the cynical nature, I feel like, from the millennial point of view, is that the world is so bad, but I'm so awesome. I'm the diamond in the rough of the world, and so are we.
Yeah,
Because
especially
we're
in our
millennials.
job.
Not because you have to fucking
Yeah,
work, but because you are who you are. Because you were born in 1985 and 1990. So therefore, I must be better than someone else born in 1979.
Listen,
Fuck outta
JR,
here.
I just want to live authentic. Okay? That's all I
I mean,
Okay,
the thing
Barbie.
we talked about with the selfies and the Barbie thing. Who are the people that do that shit? Millennials. And we're
Yes.
annoyed by them.
Yes, but Gen X would do the same thing. Anyway, so tell us what you guys think. Comment in the section below, and I should also tell you what I think is my negative millennial quality.
Yes.
I'm super fucking self-absorbed. Like, let's keep it real, right? Like, I am on social media
worst.
constantly,
The
sharing
worst.
so much of myself. So I'm being honest.
As
about
long as it's
that.
fun, that's the thing. I don't mind all this shit on social media. Just if it's fun and not taken so seriously.
Yes.
That's all.
All right, agreed. We agree on that front. All right, guys, tell us what you think. Comment in the section below. Which millennial trait are you most guilty of doing? We like hearing from you, obviously. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe because this show is awesome.